With the recent events on the prolonged detention of Dr. Kiza Besigye, the incident involving Besigye has sparked widespread concern among the public, including opposition leaders who are calling for justice and demanding for immediate release. Dr. Livingstone Sewanyana, the executive director of the Foundation for Human Rights Initiative and an advocate for the High Court of Uganda, expounded on the basic human rights that a detained person is entitled to.
An accused person is entitled to a fair trial under Article 28 of the Constitution. Now, fair trial also implies that that person is not only entitled to a speedy hearing, is not only entitled to legal representation, but as a prisoner, he's also entitled to some safeguards, what we call procedural guarantees. Among these procedural guarantees is the right to bail. Now, right to bail in itself is an opportunity for an offender or an accused person to be granted temporary freedom while he or she is being tried.
He asserted that a detainee also has a right to apply for bail after a stipulated period of time of trial, depending on the offense committed, and is exercised by the judicial officer.
Now, the right has been provided for in the Constitution, what we call mandatory bail in capital offenses and petty offenses. If someone clocks 60 days in prison having committed a petty offense and the trial is not ongoing, that person is entitled to a mandatory bail. If that person committed a capital offense and has spent 180 days and the hearing is not continuing, is entitled also to bail. Bail, however, is a discretion that is exercised by a judicial officer and has to be applied for by the accused person. There are always conditions that must be fulfilled for one to be granted bail. For example, you must prove your place of abode, your LC, your national ID may necessarily have to be produced in court to show that you do not escape or you do not jump, what we call jumping bail. You do not jump bail if you are granted bail.
He explained on the implications of detention in the country, stating that they do not depict a good picture of the country, emphasizing that prolonged pre-trial detentions are unlawful and are not in accordance with the human rights principles.
Detentions by their very nature do not speak well of a country that upholds human rights. They are ugly. They portray a country that is in breach of its obligations, and as such, they should not actually be tolerated. Any detention, by its very nature, should follow lawful procedures. Accused person must be arrested using an arrest warrant, must be informed of the offense, must be brought before court within a prescribed period, and as the 48-hour rule provides, and also must be detained in a place which is gazetted. Now, for a person to be arbitrarily arrested, to be detained in a place which is not lawfully provided for, to be denied the opportunity to be brought before a judicial officer, for that person, definitely there is a transgression of his rights and an abuse of justice.
He also commented on the alleged abductions, stating that they may cause a fear in people, prohibiting many from engaging in the upcoming elections, deeming the abductions as unacceptable.
Abductions create a chilling effect in society. They cause fear and cause the society to withdraw. And in an electoral period, they should not actually, under any circumstances, be accepted. Because once people fear to participate, then they reduce or limit or minimize their engagement and involvement. Yet, during an election, you expect citizens to go out, one, to register to vote. They are expected to attend campaigns or campaign rallies. They are expected to go out and vote.
He called upon Ugandans to fearlessly exercise their rights.
Ugandans must stand up for their rights. Ugandans must never, under any circumstance, accept to be mistreated. And even when that happens, because it seems to be order of society or order of nature, they should always proactively engage the powers that be, take advantage of their rights, seek recourse to legal processes, and ensure that their freedom is guaranteed.